The aviation sector is gearing globally to resume services in a post COVID environment. But how are things going to change? Let's speak to one of UAE's leading airlines, Etihad Airways, get a perspective on how they plan to inspire confidence in the passengers. Joining us on the show CT Cares is Neerja Bhatia, who is the India Vice President for Etihad. Nisha, thank you so much for joining us. You are someone who's been in the aviation industry for over 30 years. Has the pandemic been the toughest phase for the aviation industry?
I think the whole world is facing this unprecedented crisis, maybe in the area of health or it's in social as well as financial crisis. I think it's the worst ever. People never thought something like this could happen. And I really wish that it goes away fast and doesn't come back again.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more with you on that. But would like to get a lowdown on Etihad Airways. What's the current scenario? Have you started operations?
Across the globe at the moment, we are operating to 43 destinations. Okay. Mostly, I think it's food stuff. Then there's a lot of pharmaceutical PPE is stuff that is being transported, or exported from one point to the other. The other thing what we did was, we had all our passenger aircrafts line empty. So we redeployed our passenger aircrafts. We call them mini freighters, and we are carrying cargo in the belly of these aircrafts. Of course, supporting our cargo network, and of course, these aircrafts can also help repatriate guests from one point to the other. And last but not the least is very recently, last week, we opened Abu Dhabi for transit. So there are about, I would say, more than 20, 21 destinations where we are now connecting our guests from the east to the west and west to the east. So that's the latest development with it.
Okay. So Neerja, what are you picking up in terms of the consumer sentiment? Few flights are operational where passengers can travel from one place to the other. How's the sentiment been?
Oh, well, you're absolutely right. The sentiment at the moment is I would say, a lot of uncertainty, and people are still very, very scared. So I think it is, and it will, I think, continue until, of course, there is a solution to it, a vaccine, or they're 100% sure that this treatment is the right treatment. I think the sentiment would remain of anxiety and uncertainty, I would say. I think in these times, it is very important to make sure that we build our customers' confidence. And with the domestic flight starting, I think it gives us a big confidence that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And we are gearing up, and we are already rather geared up to welcome our guests. We're just waiting for India to open the borders.
Neerja, the face of air travel is sure to change, and a new normal is gradually emerging as we speak. So, for so many of us who haven't traveled internationally for so long, how are things going to change in terms of protocols or safety measures?
Well, I think you're right in saying this. I think travel is obviously going to have a new norm. Definitely, I think it is first and foremost, I think very important for people to follow the regulatory norms that are being laid by the regulatory bodies. And I think it's very, very important to maintain health and hygiene, and of course, social distancing. I think that is going to be the key when people travel. And I think in that area, we've really worked hard. I think again, we've looked at our guest journey, from end-to-end journey of our guests, and made sure we are putting in all the proper health and hygiene checks in place. We make sure that there's social distancing, even whether it's Abu Dhabi airport or whether it's our aircraft. We continue to, even the meals that are served on board are going to be of highest standard in terms of World Health Organization, making sure that they, cover all the COVID precautions. I think overall, I think it's so important for everybody to get the right message across. We've launched a whole new wellness campaign, which is being propagated through all our channels, may it be social media, may it be online channels, to travel trade, through our corporates, etc.
Yeah, in fact, Neerja, Etihad is always known for its luxurious experiences in flight. And you did mention about the wellness package. So we hear something like wellness ambassadors. If you can just elaborate a bit more on that, what exactly does that mean?
So these wellness ambassadors are available 24/7 the moment you make your booking. So there's an email ID you can write, you can contact our wellness ambassador on the email ID. The whole, the discussion earlier we had about anxiety and about, uncertainty, that can actually be given that kind of assurance. They can ask any sorts of questions. And it's, as I said, it's 24/7. Very soon we are going to extend it to a web chat as well, which will again be very easy. At the click of a mobile app, you will have that facility. Other than that, on board all our aircrafts, we'll have these wellness ambassadors who will be there to guide you throughout your journey, anything that you need, anything that you want to ask. And last but not the least, the third touch point is Abu Dhabi Airport. At Abu Dhabi Airport, they would be there at every location, maybe immigration, customs, departure, arrival, check-in, boarding, disembarking, etc. So this itself gives a lot of comfort. They can easily be identified by the PPE gear that they're wearing. And they are again going to be there to help all our guests during, as I said, end-to-end journey.
Well, I'm sure initiatives like these are sure to comfort the passengers. But let's also address the elephant in the room, which is the airfare. There are talks about the increase in the airfare and also, flights not running in full capacity. If you can throw some light on this as well with regards to Etihad in specific.
So I think you've touched, indeed, it's an elephant in the room. I think, again, it is, the pricing, a lot depends on demand and supply. So at this point in time, I really would not be able to predict whether, our flights will go full or vice versa. No airline at the moment can predict. But however, I think the demand and supply drives the pricing. I think a lot depends on what countries open up their borders, how quickly, what's the quarantine process going to be like, and how comfortable and how, I would say, confident are our guests to travel, leave their home and travel. So all these things are very important, I would say, elements that drive the market dynamics. But from our side, I can say that Etihad, of course, is known for the product offering. It's world-class product offering that we have. At the same time, we offer a lot of value for money products. We have a range of products. Last but not the least, we always tend to be very competitive in the market. I can assure you that.
Right. We want to know, have you heard anything from the government in terms of when international flights can resume, or any estimate around when will we start to fly to international countries?
I wish I knew, but I can assure you that India is by far is the biggest market outside our home market. India is a very important market for Etihad. It's the number one market, as I mentioned. Wow. We are absolutely ready. In fact, we had, just a month ago, we had actually undertaken our by far one of the biggest maintenance drive. I mean, in the current climate, we spent, the time, money, and effort to, revamp our entire fleet. We cleaned all the carpets, we shampooed them, we changed the upholstery. Every nook and corner of the aircraft is as new as spick and span. So we are absolutely, and with this wellness proposition, I can assure you that we are absolutely ready to welcome our guests, provided India opens fast. So we are ready. If they announce it today, we can fly in tomorrow.
And Neeja, you're making it sound so tempting. I think more than traveling, what I miss the most is the airport feel as well as the airline experience. So clearly looking forward to that. I would want to know, what do you think of the future of the aviation market in India as well as globally? And how is Etihad gearing up to remain in business?
I think you asked a very important question. I think aviation around the globe contributes significantly to the GDP of any country.
Absolutely.
So we are here to stay, and people love traveling, whether it's for leisure, whether it's for business, whether it's work related. People study people travel for education. People are traveling for visiting friends and relatives. So many families are split. For example, I live in Mumbai and my kids are in Australia. So the moment the flights are open, I'm probably on the first flight to Melbourne. We are flying, by the way, Abu Dhabi to Melbourne. We have flights.
Oh, okay.
So I think travel is definitely going to happen. It's just going to take some time. And of course, as I mentioned to you, depends on many factors. A, of course, is the treatment, and of course the countries and their decision. And lastly is the confidence of the travelers, of course.
Nija would like to know, are there any changes in terms of routes or any cancellation of any regular routes for Etihad in the near future?
Well, I think, network and planning, when an airline does a network and planning, it's a very pragmatic approach, as you may know already. I think the focus is to drive maximum, we pick up routes that are obviously financially viable.
Mm-hmm.
So I think from that standpoint, I think at the moment we are, as I mentioned to you, we have about 22, 23 destinations that we are flying to. But as and when the borders open up, obviously we will start flying. We've already published our skeleton schedule in July. And I can assure you that India will and continue to remain our top market. And I think Abu Dhabi is, and there's so many Indians, so many NRIs in the whole UAE, not just Abu Dhabi, in fact, the whole of GCC. So it's home, close to home for many Indians. So I can assure you that we're absolutely ready.
Okay. And finally, as the India VP of Etihad, what do you recommend to people in terms of A, the desire to travel, and at the same time, fear to travel?
I think first and foremost, I would request all the viewers to stay healthy and safe. That's the number one priority for all the listeners, for everybody right now. The second important, I think, takeaway from me would be to please follow the norms. The government regulatory norms, may it be the state government or the national government. Also follow the norms laid down when traveling by the airports and by the airlines. It's so important that we keep ourselves safe and secure. And thirdly, as I said, Etihad is in my blood. I can't help but ask you to sell Etihad. Please fly Etihad.
Thank you so much, Neerja, for taking out the time and sharing those wonderful insights with us from the aviation space. Thank you.
It was my pleasure and honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And good luck and stay safe too.
You too. Thank you.